All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We had a wonderful Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend celebrating the man who really had some influence in our ability to be as free as we are today. So, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Sandy B. I'm here with the lovely Lisa K. And she's being chased by the cops right now, but it's okay.
You still hear
Inside joke.
you hear the sirens in the background still, Sandy. Good morning, lovely Sandy B. I am Lisa K, and I'm providing sound effects with the cops in the background. Definitely.
No, I was briefly because it was trying to make sure that as we started, it wanted to let us know that it was still here. I was
Oh
like, what?
boy.
No, no worries. I don't hear anything now.
Okay,
Um,
good.
so guys, we're all month long, we're talking all things organizing, decluttering, getting your things in order so that you can be more productive, you can be more efficient in 2023. And of course, our goal is for you to ultimately have a sustainable and scalable business as we scale into 2023. So today's topic: name one thing you do regularly to stay organized. Now, I know before we want to get to that, we want to do a little plugging, right, Lisa? We
Oh,
got some
definitely.
definite plugs to do. Um, so we already have our LearnBiz Entrepreneur Journal now available on Amazon. Lisa and I have now been journaling for almost 2 months now.
For
For almost 2 months now. Good morning, Rigo. Thank you for joining us as
Hey,
always.
Rita. Good morning.
So we've been journaling for almost 2 months now. I could say that I've learned a lot about my patterns. I have several days in the week at times that I really don't get much accomplished in terms of doing something extra to push the business. Not to say that I'm not getting any work done, but it's really those little things that we should be doing every single day to touch our business or our businesses for those of us that have multiple. I'm noticing some gaps in that, and I'm really, really working on finding something small each and every day so that we can kind of build up that portfolio of sorts for our business. What about you, Lisa? What do you think about this journaling?
I tell you what, this journaling is really great. What I really learned though for myself is that it's very important that I block write. You know a block write. It's I
you're,
have to
you're
print. I have to print. In other words, my cursive is I don't like when I scroll back through the pages if I can't just read what I wrote. That's a problem. So cursive for me is like doctor's writing. And so in order for me to enjoy my journaling and going forth and back in the book, I decided that the only way I can write is block style. And it works for me. It's very neat. It's like what we learned in kindergarten, how to write an A and a B in perfect formation. Yeah, that's me.
so you mean your cursive is not that perfect cursive that we see on those handwriting stencils and charts?
Nothing like that. I mean, I write italicized, okay?
Lord have
I
mercy.
I actually print cursive in italics. It's weird.
Look, I couldn't hang with the cursive that much. I mean, when I write in cursive, I write super slow because I'm trying to catch every single letter. It really doesn't work for me. But, I think journaling for your business is a great opportunity for you to catch little things that maybe slow you down, or little things that could speed you up, or little things that could help you increase in some way. And I'm glad that we both have taken this journey, and we invite you to take the journey with us as well. The link for the entrepreneur journaling group is in the description of this video. So after this video, you'll see it. But join us in this process. We're going to be scheduling a meetup very soon. But we appreciate you. Please continue to purchase your LearnBiz Entrepreneur Journal, now available on Amazon. Oh, right on
Yes.
time. Mr. Doug is in the building. Always appreciate you, Doug. Thank you
Good
so
morning,
much.
Doug. Oh, I'm excited about the journaling group. I'm very excited about that because I just think that's going to stimulate and just spark all of us to carry on, just more fervently. Hey.
Absolute, absolute. So, it was a very festive weekend. As some of you may know, I celebrated a birthday this weekend.
Yes, happy
So,
birthday, Sandy. I'm gonna say not belated, just happy birthday, because I'm assuming you're celebrating all month long.
let me tell you something. I have a thing for birthdays, and I really love celebrating the things that I've accomplished, the place that I'm at. I love celebrating the thought process of I'm here for another year. And I'm praying that I continue to see more, because we never know. We're in those types of times where it's like, being in your 40s, yeah, you might be close. So, I'm just very, very thankful. I had a blast. I'm still, like you said, Lisa, celebrating.
Mhm.
But I'm celebrating for many more reasons than just my birthday. So I'm really thankful.
Well, that's a blessing because, just like you said, it used to be a thing where people would say, here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now people are saying, here today, gone today.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you just don't know. Lisa Marie Presley, what a shocker
Yeah. She was
to hear that
54, right?
54. Oh
Yeah.
my God. So I'm just so sorry to hear about that. And
Yeah.
but it can happen to anybody. Rich, poor, good looking, ain't so good looking. Hey,
Facts. So shout out to all my January birthdays, all my Capricorns. Capricorn season is still going. I know the Aquarius season is coming up, but we still holding on to Capricorn
I
season. So
love my Capricorns.
all right, guys. So today's topic is an interesting one, because Lisa and I have talked a lot, since we first met, about business and about, doing things more efficiently, doing things better, finding better ways to accomplish certain goals, or better yet, finding some help, just talking to each other about how can we get this done or that done. So this question right here, name one thing you do regularly to stay organized, is a challenge. I know for me, I have a hard time sticking with a routine. It's a
Mm.
really huge challenge for me. It's been for a very long time. I think law school ruined me, because it was just so many things that you had to do all the time. By the time I got to law
Can we take
school,
a break? Take a little break right there. I just want to ask you a question right there.
yes.
What do you think is the biggest reason why you struggle with routine? I mean, it's different for every person.
I think it's one of those things where it's like I'll do something this day, tomorrow, the next day. And then it's that one day that I'm off. And that one day becomes 2 days. And that 2 days becomes 3 days. And somehow in my mind, I'm thinking I'll get back on track, but it just never gets back to it. And I don't know
Hmm.
exactly, like, I can't pinpoint what it is. I've just always had that thing. And it's really, really challenging for me. So I can stay committed to doing something. The problem is saying that I'm going to do it every single day. Like doing this podcast every Tuesday, I'm glad that it's one thing that I'm feeling like we're doing it every single Tuesday. And we try even on days where we really feel like we can't.
Yes.
So it's
Facts.
it's just been always one of those challenges for me. We all have these things that kind of are a little glitchy for us. I'm a procrastinator by nature. So sometimes I get hyper organized, which means I'm doing things to really try to super organize, but it delays me in getting other things done. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Well, you know what the beautiful thing is that you've learned yourself and you've been introspective and you learn the things that make you tick and the things that even the things that you need to improve upon, even though you may not be great at them, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And that's what we all have to do. And you can just talk about them like, hey, this is just what I'm dealing with. I'm working on that. That's a
Facts.
great thing. So I think I have a little bit of procrastination in me as well. Also, I think sometimes routine gets boring. And I just, because I have a naturally creative side to me that wants to take over the analytical side all the time, I
Right.
have to kind of suppress it and go like, no, honey, routine is good. The sun comes up every day for you. The moon is here every night. Routine is good. Get used to it. So that's what I tell myself.
I'll say also, starting off my career, straight out of college, I worked for a nonprofit. No day was the same. No day was the same. One day I might be at a community meeting. The next day I might be at the courthouse. The next day I'm at a client's house. The next day I'm doing something with youth. The next day I'm doing something with adults. Every day was different. Then when I went into education, I was a classroom teacher. No day was the same. There are teachers, they do the same thing every single day. I wasn't one of those teachers. I taught middle school science. So there was always a movement. There was always something I was doing, an activity, a group thing. You had to mix up instruction because you have a lot of different learning styles in the classroom. So now fast forward to law, you know what it's like, Lisa. We don't have, like, there's no 2 days that's really the same, to be
Right.
honest.
No.
One day you're in court, the next day you're haggling over something, the next day you're stuck to the computer all day trying to draft something.
Yep.
The next day you might be out in the community trying to draft some more business. So it's a challenge to say, all right, each day I'm just going to do this.
You can't. There's so
Yeah.
many different hats, especially when you work for yourself. There are
E-
I mean, you might as well have more hats than you have clothes in the closet. Really. So
yeah.
it's all different colors and styles because there's so many different hats.
Yeah, that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. I will say what I appreciate about it is that there's so many opportunities for me to do something different, for me to try something different. But there's also so many hats that I'm wearing that if I'm not careful, I will not be able to hold and sustain all of those hats. And that's where kind of a burnout mode comes in and things like that. But this question today, name one thing that you do regularly to stay organized. We all have a little something, even if it's not at the same interval, even if it's not at the same time every day. There's something that we each do to keep ourselves organized. And for those listening, even if you're catching the replay, drop that one thing in the chat for us, please. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. But my one thing that I do regularly is I'm always writing down lists. I always have like something that I'm jotting down, like trying to organize what it is that I need to get done and trying to set certain timetables for myself. It doesn't always work, but it is definitely something I do regularly. And the other thing that I do often um, with that is try to put things in a certain organized way. So whether it's organizing it on my computer, on my phone, in some, file folders or something like that, I try to connect my lists with some kind of organizing system. So it's kind of like a one and done. But that's just the one thing I do. I really try to put things on paper, not on, typing, but on paper so that I can really remember the things that I need to get done.
I like that, Sandy. I really do. And now that is something that I definitely use. But if I'm going to just point to that one thing that's really my go to thing, is that I file. Every week, I file away papers and documents and take a stab at organization. I try
Nice.
that every single week because if I don't get some semblance and balance of putting things, whether it's in a digital file or a hard file. I try to keep up with some of that every single week, and I just feel a little bit more accomplished. And that's the one thing I do to keep myself organized.
Nice. So I wanted to share something because since we're talking about organization and the things that we're doing to stay organized, for some time I've been taking a look at this system called Getting Things Done, GTD.
Hmm.
And I found this on a website called lawyerist.com, and they have this thing called Getting Things Done for lawyers, but you can apply this pretty much to anybody. There's a system that this process has where you use folders to get your to-do task organized. And what I like about it is it really gives you an opportunity to focus on, one or two things, whatever it is that you need to focus on. It gives you the opportunity to know what is the day that you need to focus on it. And
Hmm.
basically, they set it up where you have 43 folders, and basically you're tracking things on a to do later list, on a specific date list, on a maybe next month list, and you basically take 43 folders.
Hmm.
You're going to label 12 of those folders with the months, so January through December, and
Hmm.
then you're going to label the other folders with the numbers 1 through 31. So in essence, you have a folder for each month, and then you have a folder for each day of the month. So for example, we're in January. Right now, we would be on folder number 17. And so
Hmm.
whatever I have in the folder number 17 is what I'm going to do today. So that means if you have little notes, if you have an appointment, if you have a court hearing, if you have an order that you need to place, like I have an ad I need to place. So I'm going to be working on that today, right? So if you
Mhm.
have certain things that you need to do on a specific day, you're going to put it in the folder. But it also allows you the opportunity, if I don't finish something today, I can just take it out of folder 17 and put it in folder number 18 or
Right.
19 or 20. And what this allows you to do is you have a system on your desk or in a file cabinet where each day you take out that folder and see what you have to do for the day. And if you don't finish something, you're simply taking that item, that little note or that sticky or whatever moving it to the next folder or moving it to the next month if it's not something realistically that you can get done now. And I like this because it's physically in your hands. You can do the same thing on your phone. If you have like the notepads on your phone, you can organize your information there. You can do the same thing with your calendar. You can literally manually put in all the items that you need to do for that day on your calendar. And then you can always cut and paste and change them to another date. So this is the 43 folders system, which is part of the Getting Things Done program.
Mhm.
It's something that you can basically Google, and I'll try to make sure I put the link in the chat. But this is just something every morning you can take out the folder. Every evening you can, check your folder for the next day to make sure that you have what you need in there. Or you can check to see if you really need to do something now. Maybe you need to do it in February. Maybe
I
it's a
love
March
it.
task. So just a little, tip for you guys. I've been doing a lot of research on organizing and decluttering, and that's a little gift for you guys.
Yeah, that's a great one. I love that, especially when you have tasks every single day that you have to touch. And like you said, you may not be able to get to it on a certain date, and you can just move it and physically open the next folder and see this. These are all the things I have to touch for the day.
Yep.
I think it's great. I think it really addresses the mindset need that your mind needs to focus, find what it needs to focus on so it can accomplish it.
Yes.
So anything that helps you in that regard, I'd say more power to you.
Now, I will add a side note. There's always a pro and con to trying to organize and declutter. Sometimes we do a little too much. We do a little too much. We try to spend too much time on the system versus on the task.
Hmm.
So, I just caution everybody, especially myself, because I'll get wrapped up in a system. I'm over there looking at it like, oh, I like this. This is organized, but I'm spending a half hour, 2 hours trying to just get the organization together. You can't do that. So I think it's
Exactly.
really important to make sure that you're carving out some time that's separate for this stuff so that you're not interfering with whatever it is whatever time of day you're the most productive. I think that's helpful.
That is true. Those are all very good points. I really like those.
All right. So today we want to do a little flashback because, Miss Lisa she out here. She out here at the events. She's out here meeting the entrepreneurs. I'm behind schedule. I'm going to need to get my act together. But
Well,
I'm appreciating Lisa's video footage as she goes out and about. You can tell Sandy's at home unless she's at dinner. So
hey, well, this was your birthday weekend. You deserve to do exactly what you wanted to do.
look, man, I will tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Went to the Heat game. Thankfully, they won because they
And they
usually
won.
lose. Yeah, they usually lose when I show up because I've gone to a couple. I'm like, bro, why y'all losing while I'm here? And I had a fantastic time at the Cheesecake Factory with my family. Shout out to my server
Nice.
Robert, who hooked me up
Yay.
with a nice little birthday plate. Truly
Nice.
appreciate him. He didn't have to do that, and all is
That's
good.
sweet. That's sweet. So, yes, yesterday on MLK Day, I attended. Now, there's a lot of parades going around all over town, all over the country in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy.
Yes.
And, just discussing what his legacy is and what it stands for, to hear people talk about it, I love it. So, we'll get into that a little bit. But I brought a little video. So on behalf of myself and LearnBiz, the podcast, I was out there, Rigo and myself, we were out there and I was filming and I wanted to bring back the flavor to LearnBiz. So you guys
Okay.
could check it out.
All right, let's see it.
All right. So Sandy, I'm gonna let you cue it up and Hi Mayor.
Oh
So
Lord.
right there, Mayor Dean Trantalis, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, was one of the first vehicles out the gate, obviously. And to his left is the first Black woman city commissioner ever of Fort Lauderdale. Her name is Dr. Pamela Pittman.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me
Yes.
try to make sure the volume's not too high. Give me 1 second.
Okay. How are you?
How are you?
Good morning.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So you can see that the city's municipal services are well represented. Fort Lauderdale or Broward County has a black sheriff, Sheriff Gregory Tony.
Okay.
The radio stations were there. You know they were going to be out. Wait, take a stop. Go back. Can you back up just a tad?
To the radio station?
Well, no, to the Black Lives Matter. Or you can go right from there. Oh boy. There.
Let's try to see. So Black Lives Matter is still in existence?
Black Lives Matter, in that group, there was not a Black person represented, but that's okay. That's okay. They were there and they were representing. So it's just very interesting to me. That's all.
I can't. I'm done.
Okay.
I've expired. What's this vehicle that just passed by?
I didn't quite catch a lot of them. Like if it was something like HIV, I got it. But it looks
Side
like
with Love. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Side with Love was there. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
Deed fraud?
Yes, deed fraud. So Broward County property appraiser Marty Keir was walking the pavement. He had his people out.
Yeah.
You can sign up to put your property on a property alert in Broward County. So if someone tries to change the title to your property, you'll get a hit. You'll get an alert to let you know that it may be a fraudulent situation going on. I love what's going on in Broward County at the property appraiser's office.
Yeah, I think Broward is definitely at the forefront of trying to protect homeowners. Miami-Dade, if I'm not mistaken, has some program to protect the elderly from, deed type fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what division it is, but their police department has a whole program specifically to assist elders who have been defrauded when it comes to their property.
So
okay, let's see here. Uh-oh.
It's less than 10 minutes total. So also stop there. The Broward County Supervisor of Elections is a Black man also by the name of Joe Scott. And he spoke at Carter Park and updated the citizens on the changes in the voting laws. And, there's a lot more restrictions on the laws. Since the Voting Rights Act of 1965, there's been a squeeze to squeeze out, anything that promotes voting.
And this is not Joe Scott, by the way. This is just
that's Marty. That's actually Marty Keir. That's actually the Broward County property appraiser we were just talking about. We said hi to him on the way by.
Awesome.
Hi, how are you? Thank you. Good.
I can't with Lisa. Now this right here, okay. So all the stations came out, looks like. Okay, 99.
Yeah. How are you?
Who is that?
That's Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry owns the Fort Lauderdale newspaper, a Black-owned newspaper.
West Side Gazette?
Yes, ma'am. That's Mr.
Okay.
Bobby Henry.
And that's still out, right? West Side Gazette is still going?
Yeah, he still publishes. He does the actual physical hard copy, and he does an online version now.
We need to talk to him.
I think it'd be great to talk to him.
All right, Oh, look at the kitties.
I know. I love that part.
Now, what's this car right here? I see some heads.
Some of them were going by so fast, and because I was behind the camera, I wasn't catching all of it. So, and okay. I must admit, I had a strange angle. Like by the time they got in front of me, they were actually passing. So,
okay.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Good morning.
Aw, look at the little kitties.
I love that they're playing music.
Hey.
Martin Luther King Academy.
That says Montessori Academy.
Yeah, but that's the Martin Luther King Montessori Academy, and those children are playing music. That's the part I really love about these kids getting out every year. Like, it just being a part of this means a lot of kids are studying music and playing, and that's a beautiful thing.
Well, it takes me back to my marching band days, playing my clarinet in the parade.
Awesome.
All right. Alpha's in the building. You know, they always out.
They were out there.
Look at them.
Miller time. It's like a bounce house, playroom for children.
Sheesh. Family Resource Center.
Deltas.
All right, Deltas. Delta's always out too.
Oh, yes. And the Fort Lauderdale High School Band. I love them. Check it out, Sandy. Here's the show of the tape.
Lord have mercy. All right, the ladies out. I know they were cold. Okay. Look at them. All right. Uh-oh. Hey, don't get me to stepping now. Where my clarinet so I can pull it out? All right, let me make sure we don't get hit about music. So,
but this is like out in public, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you really want to see this part, but this is out. It's only a little piece snippet.
I'm just gonna cut it with some talking. I just want to make sure they don't be trying to hit us and they be playing games on this YouTube stream. Just pause it a little bit. I'm gonna talk about how the trumpets and the trombones and all the other sound effects are.
Aren't those instruments beautiful?
All right, so they getting ready. I love it. I love it. Man, I used to want to play in the percussion. I ended up playing the clarinet because it was the cheapest instrument.
If I could go back, I would be in the marching band. I definitely would.
I had a great time. I was in marching band from about middle school until my first year. I played in the marching band my first year of college, and that was a wrap. Nice. I was like, this is too much work.
So cool. So you played the clarinet?
I played the clarinet in the University of Miami marching. I forgot what they called them. Band of the Hour, I think is the name of it.
All right now.
Yeah, pray for me. It was a loss. I always used to remember like Saturdays were the worst because you would be there from crack of morning until like way into the wee hours of the early morning because, you know, game day was really a full day.
Mm-hmm.
Like a full day. Like we would get to the school early, you know, get suited up, probably do a little run through. Then we get to the stadium, spend pretty much the whole darn day there. By the time we get back to the school, we're easily at about midnight.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough.
Real commitment.
Plus you have practice several days a week and that just cuts into your like day completely. So
for certain.
Yeah, the folks in band, they work hard. I'm not saying they work as hard as the athletes because the athletes obviously have a different level of training, but you know, the commitment that the band has with no money.
Yep.
Shoot.
Very strong. Yes.
All right, let me see what else we got here. We got some drum line. Oh, snap.
Got that horn section.
Yeah, they got a tight horn section. Okay, here come the flutes. Clarinets right there. There go my people. Go ahead on clarinets. All right. Well, this is what's up. I'm liking it, these kids. Let me go a little bit further here and see what else is going on. Now, these folks are, let me see here. Looks like the band followers.
Yeah, so I guess this would be the steppers or the ladies with the flagettes. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So those are some retirees, and so And these vehicles, you see these a lot here in South Florida.
Yeah. All right, got military
I think
folks.
it's like RLTC.
Nice. All right. Which band is this one now?
This is probably a junior high school. They were awesome too. They were dancing and
Let me see if I can see what school that is. I can't see. Oh well.
awesome though, right?
Yeah, I love it.
And that was the
elementary.
Oriole Elementary.
Uh-oh, steppers coming through.
And they were little kids.
All right.
Those kids had signs that says equal rights. I said, I like your signs.
Oh, look a little bit in the little car.
That's the real Grand Marshal.
Piney Grove Academy.
It's a boys' school.
Just
and
for boys?
it's a boys' school started by an African American entrepreneur. We need to get him on the show. I know his mother.
Okay.
But yes, it's a successful school, and those children are doing well at Piney Grove.
There is also a school that is it's focused on like African roots. I forgot the name of the school, but I'm gonna look that up. I met the owner a while back. You just triggered that in my mind. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, young man. Thank you.
All right, what high
That
school is this?
is
That's the end of it.
Happy MLK Day.
that's Omega.
These are the Zetas.
Okay.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right.
Who's the guy in the flashy suit?
These are some men that are sporting their nice suits.
Oh gosh, I love it.
And
I
that's pretty
absolutely
much
love it.
that way you got some of the flavor of the Fort Lauderdale parade on Sistrunk yesterday.
Yeah, so for those that aren't familiar with South Florida dynamics, Fort Lauderdale is a hub of Blackness, if I may say so. When you think about Sistrunk and you think about a lot of Black folks who have taken positions of leadership, right now there's been a Black wave. You got a Black public defender, you have a
Yep.
Black state attorney, you have a Black supervisor of elections, you have a
Black
clerk
sheriff.
of court, you have a Black sheriff. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And then a lot of different political positions, whether it be commissioners or mayors. Broward has been at the forefront. Broward County has been really good with that. And Fort Lauderdale is definitely a zone of a lot of support when it comes to the Black community. So
absolutely.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you for bringing us that. So
you're welcome, Sandy, reporting for LearnBiz.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So guys, we thank you so very much. We truly appreciate you for tuning in and hope that you enjoyed this little snippet. Again, want to remind you of today's question. Name one thing that you do regularly to stay organized. Definitely drop your comments in the chat. Let us know some of the different tips and skills and resources that you've tapped into when it comes to organizing. Again, January is Get Organized Month. So all month long, our topics are focused on organization, decluttering, productivity, efficiency, all the things that you need as an entrepreneur to really do better with your business and build a scalable and sustainable business. Reminder, check out our LearnBiz Entrepreneur Journal. It is currently now available on Amazon. We've had quite a few folks purchase their journal.
Thank you.
We thank you for that. And we are gearing up right now to start our business journaling group. So if you're interested in that, please don't hesitate to drop us a message in the chat. You can reach out to us. Our email is at the bottom of the screen as well. But we thank you so much. Thank you, Doug. We always appreciate your support. Thank you, Rigo. But we'll catch you guys next Tuesday, but stay tuned. We have some really, really interesting interviews that will be coming up. We're going to be popping a few people in and out during our Tuesday broadcast, but stay tuned for some others. Make sure you subscribe and like the channel. And click the notification bell so that you'll know when we go live again. But every Tuesday, join us here live.
All right. See you next week.
Have a good one.